Hello guys, it's Red here, and this time we're talking about the coming patch 9.18 and what it's likely to be in there. As you know, the Wargaming tries to make new patch once per 2 or 3 months, so we should already be expecting the coming patch, and I want to cover what we might see there. On 23rd March starts the super test of the 9.18, where super testers will make final tests of the changes, which will happen in 9.18. It's not common test yet, it's internal test, but it means that common test is already on the way. And if everything is smooth on the super test, we're going to see the common test available to anyone on 30th of March already. 6th of April will bring the second stage of common test, where some minor adjustments after the first stage will occur. Then will be the third and final stage, and the patch itself is about to be released on 18th of March. This date can shift a bit, of course, but you will at least have an idea about it. There are good chances, well, up to 99%, that in 9.18 the light tanks of tier 9 and 10 will come to the main server, and as you know, tier 8 light tanks, current tier 8 light tanks, apart from the Chinese, will be shifted to tier 9, so make sure you save some experience on your current top LTs. You should already start to play higher tier light tanks. And make sure you're not spending experience in your current top LTs on boosted crew training. Make sure that boosted crew training is not ticked. Tier 9 light tanks will mostly become only vehicles to pass, as for clan activity you need tier 8 or 10, and also tier 10 LTs look very superior. As for Bulldog and T49, both of these tanks will keep their current guns, the famous 10-round autoloader and the super derp gun respectively. However, I fear that those tanks won't be as good now, as the environment they're going to play in will be much harsher with higher tier light. We will all test these tanks and see if I'm right about it. I hope I'm wrong. By the way, top LTs were nerfed a bit in V-range and DPM after the first test of these tanks on the sandbox, and AMX 13105 got actually autoloader reload buff, so it will be interesting to test them. At this point, I totally liked all top light tanks, apart from American really, so if you're choosing what LT10 to grind, well, my personal recommendation is go for any. They are all interesting, the Soviet, the Chinese, the French, they are all interesting. But American, I didn't like it too much, so my personal preference is any light tank but American release. But you're different, your opinion can be different, so yeah. The second thing that should come with the top LTs is the new matchmaker of 357 format. If you didn't know, the introduction of tier 9 and 10 light tanks is needed purely for this matchmaker to work. If you don't know what the new 357 matchmaker is, you can watch my video about it. I'll leave a link to this video in the description. It's not confirmed yet, but we are expecting to see official news from Wargaming about coming 9.18 patch already these days. As for buffs and nerfs, it's very unlikely to see the buff of the Soviet tanks in patch 9.18. It should happen in 9.19, or what the next patch after 9.18 will be. Let me remind you that after a huge buff of Germans, which really needed it, there was a lot of whine about some Soviet tanks which are exceptionally bad or simply outdated now. For the Soviet tanks have been without almost any changes since their introduction in the game, like T44, which has 44.5% win rate over the past month, T43, KV13, A44, T54, which cries when it sees 225 penetration of tier 8 Panther II, IS-7, whose gun has longer aiming time than Type 5 heavy howitzer, and whose ground resistance is limiting its mobility too much in the current world of tanks, IS-4, which could use extra 10mm of frontal armor, KV-4, and a few arrow tanks. And don't even talk about Soviet bias. There are almost no Soviet vehicles which can be called overpowered or close to that, like IS-3 or ISU-152. So far, there is no info about Soviet buff available, and it's already too late for stat changes in the coming patch. So this is everything I wanted to tell you in this video. If this was interesting for you, please like the video so that more people see it in recommended and in search results. Share this video with your friends and clanmates. See you in the next videos and on my streams. Thank you for watching and goodbye.